So in this video, we are discussing on irrational numbers. Irrational numbers. So if we say irrational numbers, it is different from rational numbers. So this is the definition. Irrational numbers, these are numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of A over B, where A and B are integers and B is not equal to 0. So this is a definition of irrational numbers. These are numbers which cannot be expressed in the form of A over B, where A and B are not, or rather where A and B are integers and B is not equal to 0. Take note of this. This irrational number cannot be expressed in the form of what? T, A over T, B. And take note of this condition, B should not be equal to 0. So this is the definition of irrational numbers. Take note that it is very important to know the definition. Very important, because this definition is to be very essential for us to solve the following examples. So first example. So examples. So example 1, prove that square root of 3 is irrational number. So how can we show this solution? So for you to solve this question, you need to start by saying we shall prove by the method of contradiction, we are just contradict by the method of contradiction, full stop. Suppose that square root of 3 is rational number, which can be expressed in the form of A over B, and A and B. Take note of that. It should be where A and B are integers and B is not equal to 0 with no common factor. So this statement is very essential for you to show that this is irrational number. You need to state this statement for you to prove that this is irrational number. So after that, we'll say square root of 3 is equal to A over B. That was our assumption that this is a rational number. So that is our equation 1. After doing that, our first step, we'll say square both sides of the equation. So consider the first equation. What is our first equation? To be square root of 3 equal to A over B. We need to square both sides. The reason we are squaring, if we have a cube root, you need to cube both sides. Since we have a square, you need to square both sides. What I meant is that if we have cube root for you to remove that cube root, introduce a cube. If you have fourth root, for you to remove this fourth root, introduce 4. That is what I meant. So when you introduce that, this will cancel. Let me just, should be like this. So this will cancel, will remain with 3 equal to a square over b square. This is a fraction that is not a fraction. Make this as a fraction, divide by 1, introduce cross multiplication. So it will be a square equal to 3b square. That is our equation 2. This implies that, take note of that, this implies that a square as an even number, not an even number, it should be odd because 3 is odd. So this implies that a square as an odd number, because 3 it is an odd number, with a common factor of 3. The common factor is this number. So this implies that a square as an odd number, if it is 2, say even number, like that. Therefore, we'll proceed by saying, let a equal to 3k, where k is an integer. You can use any letter that you want, even W. After that, mean that where there is a on this equation, a square is equal to 3b square. Where there is a, substitute 3k to be 3k. We square it because of the square that side to be 3b square. After that, if we square it, it will be 4k square equal to 3b square. Divide by 3 to simplify it, same as b square is equal to, here, just a little bit. You need to be careful here. You need to be careful. 3 square, the final answer is 9. So 3 into 3, we have 3k square. You have seen what is the meaning of this statement. The meaning of this statement simply means that this implies that b square as an odd number with a common factor, of what? 3. But on the assumption, we say that it should not have the common factor. It should not have the common factor on our assumption. But here we have, according to what we have solved, we are having the common factor 3 for this equation. Let me say this is equation 3. So we can say, therefore, by equation 2 and 3, this contradict our area assumption, or we can say hence shown that square root of 3 is irrational number by the method of contradiction, That's all. So our second example, B, it will be prove that square root of 3 plus 1 is irrational number. So how can you solve this one? Solution. First of all, you need to write a statement. We shall prove by the method of contradiction, full stop. Suppose that square root of 3 plus 1 is rational, is an irrational number, where A and B are integers and B is not equal to 0 with no common factor. It is very important to write this statement with no common factor, full stop. So we'll say square root of 3 plus 1 is equal to A over B. That is our equation 1. Here you need to be careful, don't say square both sides. First of all, you say square root of 3, find the additive inverse for positive 1. It is negative 1, it will be A over B minus 1. After doing that, it will be square root of 3 equal to, it will be B into B. We have 1 times A, it will be A minus, here, same as there is 1 into B, it is B, like that. If you observe, this one, it is, so we'll say that is our equation 2. This is rational number, this one, this part. So when you just reach here, you will just say, therefore, by statement 1 and 2, hence shown that square root of 3 is square root of 3 plus 1, or just square root of 3 is irrational number by the method of contradiction. That's all. So the last question, which is question C. So question C, it states that given that square root of 10 is irrational number, full stop, prove that square root of 2 plus square root of 5 is also irrational number, full stop. So for you to solve this question, first step, don't forget to write a statement. We shall prove by the method of contradiction, full stop. Suppose that square root of 2 plus square root of 5 is rational number, or is an irrational number, or is a rational number, where A and B are integers and B is not equal to 0 with no common factor, full stop. So that is our statement. So we are saying same as square root of 2 plus square root of 5 is equal to A over B. So this question, when you see this kind of a question, you say square both sides. So that is our equation 1. So square both sides. So when you square both sides, so it will be square root of 2 plus square root of 5. You square this side. Also A over B, you also square that side. So the meaning of this statement, same was square root of 2 plus square root of 5. Another same kind of that to be square root of 2 plus square root of 5. So here we have a square over b square. After that, simplify. Same as square root of 2, open bracket, square root of 2 plus square root of 5 plus square root of 5, square root of 2 plus square root of 5 equal to a square over b square. So after doing that, by applying the principles of radical or SAD, take note of that. If we say square root of 2 times square root of 2, it is 2. Why do you say that? Same as this. If we say 2 times 2, it is 4. What is the square root of 4? It is 2. Same as if we say square root of 3 times square root of 3, which is same as 3 times 3. Square root of 3 times 3, it is 9. Square root of 3, it is 3. So that's why we say square root of 3 times square root of 3, it is 3. By the properties of SAD or radicals. So let us go back to our question. So we say square root of 2 times square root of 2, it is 2. Plus square root of 2 times square root of 5, we say 2 times 5, it is 10. Plus 2 times 5, it is square root of 10. Square root of 5 times square root of 5, same as we have 25. What is the square root of 25? It is 5. So we'll write here 5, a square over b square. So after doing that, put the like term together. This and that, they are the same. So put them together. 2 plus 5, it is 7. Square root of 10 plus square root of 10, the coefficient, same as we are just adding, to be 2 square root of 10 equal to a square over b square. After that, we'll simplify it. We'll say 2 square root of 10 is equal to the additive inverse for this. It is a square over b square minus 7. That is the additive inverse for positive 7. Simplify it, it will be square root of 10 equal to the common factor here, it is b square. B square into b square, it is 1 times a square, it is a square. 1, 2, b square, it is b square, 2b, 7, b square. After that, we are showing the square root of 10 is irrational number. So for us to kick out these 2, we will multiply by 1 over 2. After that, we will say square root of 10 is equal to a square minus 7 b square over 2b square. Therefore, when you reach there, you can say therefore square root of 10 is irrational number by the method of what? Contradiction. By the method of contradiction. Hence shown. So this is the end of the video. Take note of following the steps, the procedure. They are very important when solving mathematics. Take note of considering the steps without just rushing to the final answer, but the steps are very important. For this video, we end here. Thank you. Thank you for watching the tutorial video.